Hello! Welcome to another video, another speed paint. Today's subject matter is Catherine from ATLUS's Catherine the Puzzle Game. I have been pretty busy lately since coming back from Dokomi, and I have some spare time to just do some painting while I'm not doing any conventions, which I'm so happy about, but I've still been so busy. So I just decided to do something simple. I just finished a pretty big poster, so in between doing large pieces I try to do something kind of small and easy, and this is going to be a sticker, I think. So I'm starting out with the sketch. I just block out the general pose and I kind of am really rough with it, and I just sort of go really rough, and I use the transformation tool and the warp tool to get proportions right and placement right. So the stylization of Catherine, I'm kind of trying to make her look recognizable. The style is a bit different from the way I draw characters, but I'm not trying to replicate the original character designer's way of drawing her. I don't want it to look like official art, I just want it to look like the character. So, you know, her eyes are a bit more further apart and round compared to characters I normally draw, and her mouth and her nose is really small compared to how I normally draw, but I still want it to look like I drew it, do you know what I mean? So I use a round chalk textured brush. You can get it for free on my website, and I just plot it down, and I won't do a clean line art layer. I just do the sketch and then I just tidy it until it looks right. And here I'm adding in her hair, and she's got these cute drill, kind of supposed to look like sheep horn drill hairstyle, which is so cute. I actually put the wrong amount of drills on the left side, but then I fix it later. And I just move stuff around, so I do use the select tool to select and move stuff around. Here I'm tidying the sketch a little bit just to, when I'm happy with the placement. I went to add a wine glass because she holds a wine glass sometimes, but then I changed my mind about that. Oh, and I flip the canvas a ton. That's a great tip. Oh, there I go ahead and add in the extra drill. And here I'm going in to drop in the color. Yes, I use the pen tool. There's nothing wrong with the pen tool. You can use the pen tool, or you could just use the lasso tool to select the area that you want to color in. There is no right or wrong way to do it. And then I just colorize the section on a new layer. I just use the pen tool because I have really shaky hands, and I find it's an easy way to get a clean outline going. So I'm just using the reference on the left here for her colors and dropping in the base color. I will go in and shade later. And here on the same sketch layer, this is not a new layer, I'm just tidying up the sketch. So I'm using a denser textured chalk brush. So it's not a smooth line art kind of brush. If you zoomed in really close, it has a little bit of texture to it. And I'm using a bold black sort of color. I don't think it's jet black, but it's pretty dark, just because I want a graphic look that stands out, because this will be a sticker. And here I'm tidying up her facial features, and I'm using my reference on the left to see how thick her eyeliner generally is, and tidying up her clothes as well. So I think I use a kind of a, I don't know, like a musky like color here, grayish tone on most of the clothing areas here, just to tidying up. And I don't do a clean line art layer because I just think it looks nice, and I like the rough kind of look. And here on the same sketch layer, I go in with very dark shadows for that kind of comic-y poppy look to make it have high contrast and stand out as a sticker. And here I'm going in with my shading, and I'm using a rectangular shaped chalk brush, and I'm using a highly saturated orange for the skin and doing her pupils. This is very simple just because it's a sticker. I don't need it to be hyper detailed or hyper realistic because these details when you know, they're not going to be seen. It's just a sticker. And I think it looks cute. Simple like this. Here I use rectangular shaped chalk brush again with a airbrush eraser to soften the edges. I do the same with her hair, shading in the dark parts with a saturated orange. I added some highlights to her skin and her face and her hair. Here she is finished. So just something simple. I tried to do these like single character pieces in between really complicated pieces to get me back into drawing again. And Catherine is a really cute design, I think. I actually prefer Catherine with a K as a character, but Catherine with a C, I really like her design. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next time.